Hello again, it's Red76, back with a new video. This is Police Quest 3, The Kindred. So I didn't read out what Jim Walls was saying. I usually, on the intro, I'll just figure it'd be better just to read it, you know, without me reading it out loud. So anyway, I will be reading from now on. This is point and click interface, so it's a lot easier. There's no typing interface or anything like that, it's all mouse. You just right click and go through the different ones. So here's the HUD, I guess you could say, heads up display. I don't know what it was actually called back then, but I'm just calling it that based off of not single player, but first person shooters. So here's Sonny. He's a detective sergeant, but he's a sergeant over traffic right now because it's understaffed. It's you, Sonny. The elevator provides access to the other floors of the police station. Policeman Blue. That's the elevator. That's the station's public address system. A window overlooks scenic downtown Lytton. You're in the hallway of the second level of the Lytton police station. Several office doors line the hallway. That's the door to the sergeant's office. Hey, that's you. That's the door to the homicide office. That's homicide's hall window. And let's speed up Sonny and everything a little bit more. There we go. Volume's up, details up. The bulletin board is where people post articles of interest, personal ads, and Chinese restaurant business cards. That sounds about right. Yeah. You always see business cards and stuff, so. The homicide room. Captain Tate runs the homicide division for LPD. Captain Tate's desk is well organized as usual. The homicide room. I already read that. The door leads back into the hallway. The graph on the wall charts homicides for the past 3 years. Like inflation, the crime rate rises steadily. The bookcase has old paperbacks and phone books in it. Nothing interests you. The file cabinet belongs to the captain. He always keeps it locked. A guest chair. Rarely do you find anything of interest on the bulletin board. You can't stop crime by ripping up the graph. The messages are public. Leave them up. The window doesn't open and the blinds are fine. The window looks out into the hallway. Messing with Captain Tate could get you fire bonds. You're not in homicide division. The chairs are for officers assigned to homicide. A phone. Let's talk to Captain Tate. Sergeant Bonds, good to see you. Sorry I can't talk. Got an internal affairs meeting, and I have to finish writing this report. Sergeant, don't you think you better get back out on the streets where you belong? Alright, so let's go back out. This is the sergeant's office. The bulletin board is here. Has information so old, there's a missing person bulletin about Jimmy Hoffa. Some of the fine art displayed here at the Lytton County Police Department. They say county. Do they mean city? That chair is for your visitors. That chair belongs to the lieutenant. That's the lieutenant's stuff. That desk belongs to the lieutenant. It's a garbage can. Alright. It's your good old well-worn chair. Your computer occupies the center of your desk. In this business, the computer is an indispensable tool. The in-and-out basket appears to have something in it. Your phone sits silently on your desk. Your desk is neat and orderly, probably because you don't spend a lot of time here. The bookcase contains law reference materials. Those are file drawers. There's nothing you need in the file drawers. You prefer to catch the criminals. Let the lawyers read all that crap. You have your own chair. Leave the lieutenants alone. Don't mess with the lieutenant's stuff. Use your own desk. Now, why would you want to take a garbage can? Why would you want to sit on that hard visitor's chair when you can sit on your own comfy one? There's nothing even remotely interesting on that bulletin board. It's just kind of cool to click on different things and see what they say. Sounds kind of fuzzy. So maybe it's just because I'm wearing headphones. This is the first time I've worn headphones for this game. Turn on that. You need a computer access card first. It's a computer. That's the computer monitor. That's the power switch. That's the computer access card slot. So we got to get a card. You remove a form from the basket. It's a departmental disciplinary action form with a note attached. The note from the lieutenant reads, Bonds, please interview Officer Pat Morales regarding a complaint. The complainant alleges that the officer used profanity and verbally abused him during the issuing of a citation. Determine disciplinary action, if any, based on your interview. Leave this form on my desk when you're done. Nothing's in there to take. The in and out basket is empty. Okay. So, and that's the role of a sergeant. I mean, they have to interview their subordinates, and if any disciplinary action needs to be taken, then they'll do it. You don't need to open the window. Just press the button. Trying to pry those doors open with your hands will only give you a hernia. So we'll check back here. Go down the hall. The window overlooks scenic downtown Lytton. I think it's all the same, pretty much. Yeah. The window is in the vice office. That's the door to the briefing room. The window is in the psychologist's office. The blinds are shut. That's the door to the criminal psychologist's office. That's the door to vice. It's a smoke detector. A small label on the side reads, "For best results, hold directly over flame." The vice door is locked. You don't need to open the window. What's this? I guess it doesn't really catch it. You don't need to open the window. Let's check out the psychologist's office. You prefer a cold beer to Freudian analysis. You don't feel like sitting down. The parking lot isn't all that exciting a sight. Turn it down just a little bit. Just looking at the titles of Dr. Ames' books puts you to sleep. I think it's Ames. Ames? I'm not really sure. You can't get in there. Nah, you have enough trash at home. You get enough vitamin B. Dr. Ames prefers to keep his personal property personal. If you want to play psychologist, you brought the wrong game. Or you bought the wrong game. Ames or Ames. I'm going to call him Ames. I'm not really sure. That's Dr. Ames' desk. There's a file on the desk. It's one of those mindless executive toys. It's a theory receptacle. The filing cabinets have a lot of dirt on a lot of people. Just looking at the titles of Dr. Ames' books puts you to sleep. A window overlooks the parking lot. The blinds are drawn. The proverbial confessing couch. Dr. Ames provides a chair for those who feel silly lying down. A bit of green is always nice. This guy probably talks to his plants. This is the office of the department's criminal psychologist, Dr. Sidney Ames. It's a personnel file. Dr. Ames' chair is made of soft Corinthian leather. But you're not a mindless executive. Just as you reach for the file. Hey, that's highly confidential material, Sergeant. While you turn bright red, Dr. Ames asks, "What is it that you want, Bonds? I'm a very busy man." "I want to know what the hell you were doing down below your desk." That's kind of weird. Now, this is Freudian. You try striking up a conversation with Dr. Sidney Ames. "If you haven't got anything useful to show me, Bonds, please leave. I've no time for chit-chat." I said, "Keep your hands off, Sergeant. Are you deaf?" "Would you mind not playing with my balls, please?" They had to throw that in there. Alright, so we're going to go, let's see. You have $10. Check our inventory out. Your handcuffs are made of stainless steel. Your Beretta 9mm handgun, Beretta, instead of with an E. It's the complaint form that was filed against Officer Morales. Alright, we'll save it. I'm going to show you an alternate way to do this, but you'll lose points, I think. I don't know for sure. You may not. Yeah, I think you do lose points. What's today? The 17th? Is it? Is the 17th? Huh. Already. Oh. There. Hands off, Bonds. Not a chance. Hands off, Bonds. Hands off, Bonds. You can't give the briefing that way. Just walk out. Those postings need to stay up for public consumption. Sorry, no chalk. This is the briefing room. The junior officers meet here for news, reminders, and the occasional reprimands. Soothing, isn't it? The message board is where the daily briefing notes are posted after the briefing. The door leads back to the hall. The chalkboard has nothing important on it at this time. The tables are for the officers attending the briefing. That's Officer Joseph Banks, young, smart, and takes his job very seriously. That's Officer Carl Law. Carl's a real cut-up. The female officer is Pat Morales. You hear she's a tough cookie. That's Officer Kevin Miller. He's one of the old-school cops. The podium is used for giving briefings. The clipboard contains the notes for today's briefing. Officer Joe Banks responds after being interrupted from his report writing. Gee, Sarge, I'd really like to finish this report. Come on, Sarge, get with the briefing. Not looking up, Officer Banks says, please don't break my concentration. I think he just says the same thing. Officer Banks ignores you and continues writing. Okay. Can we get on with the briefing, Sarge? I've got a date with a coffee shop. Hey, Sarge, the glare coming off your new chevrons is blinding us. The department's going to have to issue us sunglasses. Ha! I got a card from Sergeant Jaco. He says he's having a great time in the Bahamas, the scum. His chevrons are talking about the sergeant stripes on his collar or on his arms. Referring to the academy, Carl says, welcome back from the Palace of Pain. Welcome back from the Palace of Pain. Drawing attention to you, Officer Law says, looky here, guys and gals, another star is born. We have a new sergeant. I don't know if he says anything else besides those two. I bet the metamorphosis from good guy to sergeant was a real experience. Haha. And that's what happens, as far as I understand, when they make that change, when they promote, they don't really see you as one of the guys anymore, and you're not going to be. I mean, you're a supervisor. That goes for any job. You're just going to be treated a little bit differently. Now, if I leave, let me save it. Miller will do the briefing. Since you're obviously not up to it, the officer in charge conducts the briefing. Good afternoon, officers. Since Sergeant Bonds here has obviously forgotten about filling in for Officer Jaco while he's on vacation, I will go ahead with the briefing. I think he meant Sergeant Jaco or Jaco. Anyway, you all have today's duty sheets. Officer Miller goes over the duty sheets, then he says, that's it, have a safe shift and think about making right-hand approaches on your car stops, I think is what he says. So, that's pretty much it. You'll lose points because this afternoon's briefing is already concluded. Oh, she leaves too. Now you lose more points because you haven't talked to her. So let's go over there real quick and see if she's in your office. I don't think she is. I think you'll lose points out of that. Yeah. So we'll restore it real quick. And we'll just go ahead and do the briefing and then we'll talk to her afterwards. Begin the briefing. Good afternoon, people. I'll be filling in for Sergeant Jaco while he's on vacation. You advise the afternoon shift of the procedural information and announcements listed on the clipboard and close by saying, have a safe shift and think about making right-hand approaches on your car stops. So Morales stays there. In reality, I think Bonds would probably tell her, I need to see you after briefing, so she could just stay here or go to his office. Morales, I need to have a word with you in my office after this afternoon's briefing. Sure, Sarge. I'd love to come hear some idiot's complaint. It'd make my day. I don't remember her saying that. So that's 3 of 460. What if I do it beforehand? Okay, so what did I do this time? Wait, don't tell me. Another complaint from some moron who thinks he was the victim of police brutality. Okay, your office after the briefing. I heard you. Sheesh. Yeah, so okay, we're still at 2. And this one's 1, I think. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. The professional way to do it would probably be say, I just need to see you in the office after a briefing. Or catch her as they're all leaving. Let me talk to you real quick. And that way you're not talking to her in front of everybody. You need to sit down. The chairs are for the officers attending the briefing. Alright, so we'll go talk to her in the office. I was just curious if you could do it a different way and if it gave you more points or if you lost points out of it. I don't know. Or just didn't get as many points. You have a serious talk with Morales. I have a complaint here alleging that you were verbally abusive to one of the violators you stopped. The complaint states that you yelled, screamed, and used profanity. So what do you want from me? The guy was a jerk. He'd have liked to do more than file a complaint, if you know what I mean. Continuing the interview, you asked, Alright, why don't you tell me what happened? I pulled the guy over, right? He's going 75, maybe 80 in a 50-mile zone. I walk up to the car, boom, right away he starts eyeing me and lipping off. I'm to put up with that crap? Yes, Officer Morales directly. Did you raise your voice and use profanity with the man or not? Look, you try being a woman cop for just one day, then tell me how to do my job. Truthfully, I don't remember what the hell I said, but whatever it was, I had damn good reason. Okay, Morales, that's it for now. Get back on duty and see if you can keep the civil and civil servant. Sure, Sarge, whatever you say. You think about what you've learned regarding the civilian complaint. Unfounded, you find the complaint unfounded. Exonerated, not believing the complainant, you exonerate the officer. Sustained, based on the interview, you conclude that disciplinary action is necessary. You sustain the complaint against her. Undetermined, feeling undecided, based on the interview, you label the complaint undetermined. Based on her attitude, I mean, I wish I knew more about her, but I don't. I mean, in reality, I do. I've played the game before, but it would be sustained because you got to see how her attitude was, and she admitted to it. You know, yeah, I don't remember what I said. She was kind of dancing around his question, but she didn't deny it though. She didn't say no, I didn't do that. So she didn't lie. She just wasn't being as forthcoming, maybe, as she probably needed to be. This would be, you know, if you didn't believe the person who complained. But this is not the first time, you know. If you do this one, or this one, you're not going to get any points. But if you do sustained, I believe that's the only one that gives you points. So we'll sustain, and he puts it on. You leave the complaint on the lieutenant's desk because this guy, I don't know who it is, but he's the one who told Sergeant Bonds to go ahead and interview her. The in and out basket appears to have something in it. You remove a requisition form for a computer access card from the basket. Nothing's in there to take. All right. It's a computer ID request form. So Bonds will go to the technician and get his access card so he can use the computer. You are standing in the elevator. You boob, you're already there. Yeah, he's a nerd, but he knows his stuff. Mike Downs is the head technician. He runs the computer facilities. That's Mike's cabinet. That is Mike's in and out basket. That's Mike's desk. That's Mike's computer. The size of the department's main computer banks always astounds you. The table holds various computer magazines, none of which interest you. The glass wall divides dispatch from the computer facilities. Behind their glass wall, dispatch is busy monitoring the police band. The dispatch center is equipped with the latest audio-visual equipment. Law enforcement has certainly gone high-tech, hasn't it? The elevator provides access to the other floors of the police station. That's the elevator button. Don't rap on the window and disturb dispatch. You're not qualified to screw around with the mainframe. You don't need to get at the computer cables, and Mike wouldn't let you anyway. The computer magazines are of little interest. Don't look through Mike's cabinet. It is empty. Mike's very protective of his computers. Yep, there's been times when you've wanted to get your hands around the neck of a dispatcher. Trying to project your voice through glass proves to be futile. The head technician, Mike Downs, stops his work and says, "Listen, Sarge, I'm a very busy person. Unless you're here on official business, I don't have time for you. If you don't have your access card, you're out of sync, man. I can't let you access my data without the right authorization sequence. These disks don't spin without the right paperwork. Come back when you got the requisition form." You hand the requisition form to Mike, the head technician. "Hey, no problem. You got the new Mark V model, don't you? What a beaut. It goes from 0 to 30 megahertz in 3.5 seconds. And it has a 4 megabyte memory capacity, XGA graphics, and a 5 millisecond network access time." You wait for Mike to shut up, but like a streak of bad luck, he keeps going. "Just don't spill coffee on it, man. You should have seen what I had to go through when the chief dripped ice cream all over his. Yuck." Mike logs your new card and places it on his desk. "Okay, Bonds, here's your card. It goes in face up, arrow first. I know that's a little hard for you cop types to handle, but you'll figure it out. It's real simple, man. Just boot up your machine and stick in your card." The computer access card is on Mike's desk. Save it. You look in the cabinet to see what loaner equipment is in stock. The drawer is empty. You pick up the computer access card. Mike mumbles to himself, "I'm getting sick and tired of cops who don't return things." You hear Mike tell the dispatcher, "Get on the radio and tell that dimwit Banks to get that tracking device back to me." Dispatch responds, "Officer Banks says that he needs the tracker for 3 more days." Mike hangs up in disgust. Computer access card. All right. The lab tech doesn't have time to look at your stuff, Bonds. The elevated floor consists of individual movable tiles. All the computer cables run underneath the tiles. Huh. So that's pretty much it for that. Let's do a little research. I think it said Sonny Bonds, please call dispatch at once. Insert your computer access card. Personnel, Lytton PD, nice. So, here's Sonny Bonds. Name, Bonds, badge, 7763. Data hire, 12/14/85. Division, homicide, status active. Sex, male. Date of birth, 6/30/58. Height, 6'2". Weight, 198, sorry. 6'2", wow. Fairly tall there. Departmental action, promoted detective sergeant, 1991. So let's check out Morales' stuff. Name, Pat Morales, sex female, badge, 7850, date of birth, 3/16/54, date of hire, 1178, 78, height, 5'6", weight, 125, division traffic, status active, departmental action, 2/1981. Written reprimand for insubordination to a supervisor. 11/1986. 1 day suspension without pay for defying a direct order. 2/1/1987. Internal Affairs file open for willful destruction of evidence. Internal Affairs inconclusive. 11/5/1989. Tampering with evidence. Findings, charges dropped. 5/1990. Terminated for destruction of evidence. 8/1/90 reinstated. Huh. So she was actually fired at one point for destruction of evidence and then reinstated. Good Lord. How has she kept her job? James Walls, BB. Name, Walls James, BB. Sex male. Badge, 0013. Date of birth, 10/30/40. Date of hire, 3/15/85. 510, 198, Division Designer, Santa's Active, Departmental Action, Outstanding Contribution of Police Quest 2, Codename Iceman to Sierra product line. So that's a joke, or it's an Easter egg. That's Kevin Miller. Division Ask Jim. And all these guys' faces are actually, they're all real people as far as I understand. Law, he was the other officer, promoted to sergeant in 1985, reduced in rank from sergeant to traffic officer in 1988 for striking a fellow officer who voiced an adverse opinion. Wow. And then, who was the other one? Those are the other one. Oh, there's Henry Jacob, promoted to sergeant 1-1 in 1983. Mike Downs, administrative. Banks, Joseph Banks, he was the other one. Okay. All right, let's call dispatch back. Dispatch, Sonny, we need you to drive out to Aspen Falls to respond to a call. All other units are occupied. You can take the cop off the street, but you can't take the street out of the cop, eh, Sonny? Oh well, it's getting stuffy in here anyway. Time to roll. Alright, so let's go get our gear. But there's no fire. You don't need to open the window. Just walk in. The lights are left on during the day. You're standing on the first floor hallway of the Lytton County Police Department. The window overlooks scenic downtown Lytton. That's the door to the storage closet. It's a fire extinguisher. The smoke detectors help protect the building from fire. It's pretty much all the same stuff there. That's the entrance to the women's locker room. That's the entrance to the men's locker room. The sign reads women. The sign reads men. That's a light switch. The floor's color is policeman blue. There's an open box of batteries in the closet. The closet is cluttered with boxes. There's a box of road flares in the closet. You take some batteries from the box. You already have plenty of batteries. You take some flares. You already have plenty of flares. Highway flares, flashlight batteries. See what happens when you go in here.
Oh!
Phew, that lady ought to be in professional boxing. Guess you went in at the wrong time. You men are all like only one thing on your filthy minds, freaking pervert. You're standing in the men's locker room. The benches provide a place to sit while you're getting dressed. That's your locker. This is the men's locker room, hence the lockers. The toilet stalls lend a pleasant ambience to the locker room. Oops, the TP dispenser is empty. Good thing you noticed it while you're still standing. Just your regular old run-of-the-mill John. That locker belongs to somebody else, Bonds. You don't have time to sit down. Same thing. I hear a shower running or something. Flush, flush. The spiraling water is spellbinding, isn't it? Nice. Alright, so let's get our stuff out. Now what with my combination? Oh yeah, I wrote it down on the inside cover of my police manual. And if you check the inside cover, you will see this number, 776. You store some of your equipment in this locker. This is your PR-24 nightstick. This is your notebook. This is your flashlight. You remove your nightstick. You remove your notebook. You remove your flashlight. Your regulation flashlight, PR-24 nightstick, notebook. And looks like we're good to go. Gotta get out to that call. Aspen Falls, which is a park. The marked patrol car is used by uniformed officers only. The unmarked department car is used by non-uniformed officers on duty. Uniformed officers on duty is what I should have said earlier. Okay. You're in the underground garage at the Lytton County Police Department's new building. Same. Okay. That door leads to evidence lockup and lab analysis. The lockers are for storing your weapons before entering the jail. The automatic doors lead to prisoner booking and the jail. The sign reads Lytton County Police Department. You're in the underground garage at the... Okay, we already read that. You need one of those funny-looking keys. The door is locked. I guess the evidence officer must be out to lunch. You have a full flare box. The trunk contains items you may need in the field. There's a metal briefcase in the trunk. The camera is used to visually record a crime scene or a piece of evidence. The toothpicks are used for removing evidence from small places. The envelopes are used for protecting and storing collected evidence. The scraping tool is used to scrape dried evidence such as blood or paint off of other surfaces. You have no use for the flares right now. You don't need the camera. Huh, that's cool. You can actually... Scraper for evidence gathering. Toothpicks for evidence gathering. Empty sample envelopes. Nice. Put all this stuff back in. That's cool. Alright, so we'll save it here. And I don't know if there's an intro for this game I can read. But let me look. I don't think there is. I'm looking at the manual. They have Cadet Sonny Bonds, June 1976, and then on the bottom left, 776, which is his locker number. But nothing as far as an introduction. They just have the vehicle codes, the penal codes, how to handle certain calls. I'm not seeing anything else. And then they have a map of Lytton. They do have a guide for new cadets. And a walkthrough. Okay, I'll read it real quick. Let's see. You're in a new uniform. This is guide for new cadets. You're in a new uniform. You're excited. You're nervous. You're ready to take on the Sicilian crime world and the Latin American drug traffickers and come out unscathed. You're a cop. Before you start your first day on the job, there are some things you should know about the road you've chosen. Someone once said that being a cop is 95% boredom. Routine is the foundation of police work. Routine that can include anything from sitting under a bridge with a radar gun in your hand for 16 hours to making a midnight trip to the emergency room with half a kid in the back of your car. It may not seem glamorous to rookies like you, but men who have been in the force know that a cop's got to do what a cop's got to do. What's the other 5% of being a cop? Try plunging down the steepest roller coaster you can imagine at about 150 miles per hour at night, except there's nobody at the controls down below. You've got the controls. There's a lot of screaming people on the ride behind you, and you're the one steering. Now the brakes go. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that 95 and 5 sound like pretty good percentages. You're thinking that you could manage being lucky 5% of the time. Trouble is, that's an average. On average, or on certain days, for certain cops, things can get much worse. But that's why you joined it. That's why you joined, isn't it? The force needs you, Lytton needs you, and you can steer real good. So what are you waiting for? Go out and do it. Warning, the next page is for rookies only. Experienced officers might want to avoid the first day briefing and strike out on their mission without undue assistance from headquarters. So, and it's just telling you how to do everything up until the point where you have to go. It looks like Yeah, I guess up to the point where you have to go, where you get called. Yeah, right after it leads up all the way up to where she is reprimanded by you, or your recommendation anyway. All right, so let's get out there. Oh yeah, we need to walk around, check the car. Remember, like from the first one, you got to check your vehicle. No, maybe not. Maybe that's only the. Maybe that's only the first one then. I thought you had to check it. So it's 2:29. That's 14:29 hours. So we're going south. Let's speed up a little bit. So you just put the click to brake, click for gas, stop ahead. Remember, you gotta finish, you gotta do a proper procedure, follow the traffic laws, and I think I lost points out of that. It says 21 and 460, so let me reload it. Let me walk around this. I swear you get point. I'm at 26 of 460. I thought you had to walk around this thing. No? Must be losing it then. Maybe that's the remake of the first one. Alright. Alright, brake, gas. You click for more gas, click for slow brake. It's a tracking screen. The device, this device allows you to track a person, vehicle, or any other moving object that a tracking device has been attached to. It's a computer. Litton sure is going high tech. This is an MCT or MDT, mobile digital terminal, back then, and kind of built in. They're using different computers like laptops and stuff. This button controls the emergency lights and siren. It's an ignition key. It's pretty cool. I like how they set it up. You click this to turn on and off the car, siren. You turn this on for the tracker, your car. Alright, so we're southbound on 6, so let's speed up to 45. I'm gonna go 50. I don't even know what the speed limit is. Doesn't say, I don't think. So we're at 10. Stop. And then just click the arrow on the left. Speed up, I'm clicking. Go 50. And it's not an emergency, it's a disturbance. So. But this really helps where you can see on the map, otherwise you'd be like, what the hell? Where do I go? You'd have to pull out the manual. And it'll tell you when to turn. I think you can do it up to 30. I'll try. Wait, no, stop. I think it's right here. Use the walk icon. Yep, you just have to get out. So it's 2:45, so about 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Oh, officer, thank God, you've got to stop that man. He's a raving lunatic. The woman seems close to hysteria over something. You've been picnicking at Aspen Falls many times before. One of those tables probably still has your initials on it. Something has disturbed the picnickers. The river's considerable undertow turns the waters into a muddy green. The grass stays lush and green on the banks of the river. The bare area disrupts the grass. The azure summer sky is accented by wispy clouds. The graceful willow trees make Aspen Falls the prettiest part for miles around. You look at your car fondly. The picnickers haven't done anything wrong. You don't have time for a picnic. You don't have your suit, besides you're on duty. You don't have time to climb trees. Smacking her in the face won't help. She's not that hysterical. We're okay. Go get the fruitcake. What do you want with us? The nutcase is over there by the river. Lock that madman up before he hurts someone, officer. Do something, officer. Just what seems to be the problem, ma'am? There's a madman over there. Why, he's almost butt naked, ranting and raving about aliens from outer space. He's going to hurt someone. Calm down, ma'am. I'll take care of it. The woman is hysterical and won't calm down until you take care of the alleged crazy man. So we'll save it right here. Anytime you're about to do something, make sure you save it. The man's clearly in a deranged state of mind, though whether because of drug use or some mental instability is unclear. My guess is drugs. I mean, you always go... Now, this is 1990, but I think it's 90 or 91. Nowadays, you go on YouTube, I mean, look up police take down man on drugs or something like that. You're going to see that they like to take their clothes off. Yeah, it's 1991. They like to take their clothes off for some fucking reason. And it's anytime you could look up any video just about that has to do with dope, somebody being on dope, the police have to deal with a man that's almost naked or something. I don't know why the fuck they do that. They get hot or something and they want to take their clothes off. Who the fuck knows? The graceful willow trees make Aspen. Okay, we've already read that. A pile of clothes probably belonging to the half-naked perpetrator is sitting by the rocks unattended. You there, leave this place. I've got to secure it before the Bathonians come. Clear out, get away, the mothership approaches. Okay, yeah, clearly something wrong with him. I guess that's all he says. So, it doesn't look like he has a weapon, but we don't know that. He's in his underwear. So, what would you do? You got this or this. Back then, I don't know if they had spray. I thought they did. I'm sure, actually, that they did have spray. Tasers weren't... Tasers were just starting to be used around then. And they were just starting to come out, but not many officers were issued them. So... have at least a non-lethal. We'll pull up the PR-24. At this point, you got a guy, he's not doing anything wrong, but he's causing a disturbance for the public, and he's making people uncomfortable, and so this is where you could, as a police officer, a citation could be issued for disturbing the peace, depending on what every department, every city, I'm sorry, every state, it's different as far as the laws go. But here in Texas, if you were to do something like this, you'd probably get a ticket. I don't know what I think it's a class. For us, it'd be a Class C misdemeanor, which is a citation. The fact that he's talking about aliens and stuff, though, that he's crazy. The thing is, it's not illegal to be crazy, so you can't just arrest him for that. But you could tell him, hey, you need to go home, sober up or whatever. See if you can't get him a ride or something out of here so that he's not bothering everybody. But he clearly needs help, though. So we've already tried talking with him. I don't think you can really do anything. The lunatic is not impressed. Yeah. And problem solved. Just kidding. So, I don't think that guy wouldn't know or care if you were president of the United States. Yeah, the only thing you can really do is get close enough and tell him to leave it. He's not communicating. He's just saying the same thing over and over. So we could try to secure him. Not close enough to handcuff him. You, don't try to stop me. You'll be vaporized if you interfere. Hey, what are you doing? That's my badge. The Bathonians scoff at your badge, lawman. The mothership will squash you like a pimple. This is your last warning. You can't believe this guy. Deranged men can be real slippery. I'm warning you, if you don't leave, I'm gonna have to hurt you. This area must be evacuated. Fortunately, you're carrying a spare shield. You put it on. Nice. So, come out of there right now. You must leave now. If you're here when they come, you'll be toast. The Bathonians need our water. They will suck this planet dry. I'm warning you, mortal. You must leave now or die. If you're here when they come, you'll be crushed like a pimple under the weight of the glorious mothership. So he already said he was warning you, if you don't leave, he's going to have to hurt you. This one, he's just saying you must leave now or die. He's not saying that he's going to kill you, or that he specifically would kill you. He's just saying if you don't leave, you'll die. But he did earlier say that he was going to hurt you if you don't leave. So it would not be a smart move to go in the water, because I mean, if you try to fight somebody like that, you don't know if he's on drugs, and they have this ridiculous strength of them, where it's kind of like drunk strength. They're not going to feel much. He may be on something where he doesn't feel pain, and he may overpower you. So you got to be careful. You're in water. You're at a disadvantage, and all he's got to do is drown you. So it's one of those. I mean, if you try to, you can't subdue him from here. If you try to go in, I've already saved it. Now he's holding you underwater. So you don't want to do that. You can go through his stuff, see who he is. You search the deranged man's clothes, hoping for something which will lure him out of the water. You find a set of keys and a driver's license. Hey, fella, I think I've got something of yours. Leave those keys alone, foolish mortal. You have the nuts keys. This is Brian Forbes' license, number 789612. The lunatic is not impressed. Release those keys, mortal. I am the chosen one, not you. So, I wouldn't suggest doing this if you are a cop. You might get in trouble for throwing these in the water, but calling on your old softball arm, you haul back and throw the keys as far as you can into the river. There, now your keys and my badge are neighbors. I'll kill you for that, you flat-headed, flat-footed ignoramus. See, he just said he's going to kill you. He's trying to hurt you. Remember, he doesn't have a gun or a knife or anything that you can see. He just only has bare hands. So, pull out that PR-24 and get ready. Managing to subdue the deranged man with a knife stick, you check for injuries and see that he's more shaken up than hurt. So, let's get him handcuffed. You cuff the perpetrator while he's down, ensuring that he won't have another chance to attack. So obviously you don't want to shoot him. He doesn't have a weapon that you could see. And if he was injured, Sonny would probably call an ambulance, have them check him for any injuries before they go anywhere. And if so, if he does have injuries, they'll just take him to the hospital and get him taken care of and then book him in. But if he doesn't have injuries, like right now he doesn't, this guy's not saying anything that makes sense, then you just take him to jail. Imagine that kind of behavior going on in our public parks. Watch out, dude. He looks pretty squirrely. Be careful with him. Good job, officer. We can always count on our men in blue. What is this world coming to? So, let's check his pants. underwear. Searching a wet and nearly naked man like this is particularly unpleasant. I would put on gloves if I had them. Nevertheless, you're glad you did when you discover a knife concealed in his briefs. He's already been frisked. A knife. Look at that. That would not have been good if his hands are in his back. You know, they're behind him, and he's got a knife back there, possibly. You make sure that the deranged man is secured and belted into the front of your patrol car. Just remember, he's all soaking wet, too. We don't have a radio. There's not really any radio use on this game. It's your buddy, Mr. Looney Tunes. Deliriously, the prisoner says, "I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't the one. Oh, no. Don't look at me." Out of his head, the prisoner says, "Cold. I'm so fucking cold. Who let the fire go out, for Christ's sake?" The prisoner rambles incoherently. "Don't put that on me. I ain't got nothing. I told yous." Yeah, so he needs to go to a fucking hospital. But the fact that he tried to attack a police officer, that's what got him in trouble. Before we do that, let's put his license in. You insert the driver's license into the slot. This activates the computer. And now we can see who he is. Oh wait, I forgot. What was it? Yeah, I forgot. Get out of here. Can we not? Just put a 0. You have to put a number in. Invalid entry. Yes. What was his number? 789-612. 789-612. Hell, they probably didn't even have a mouse on these computers back then. Number 789-612, Class C. Brian Forbes, 120 Peach. Litton, USA. Sex, male, hair brown, eyes brown, height 5'6", weight 90, wow. Date of birth 2/1963. We have a foreign 900. You can't get this guy a traffic citation. He wasn't driving a car. Yeah, but you can still give him a ticket, you know. So I guess you don't need to radio in anything like you do on the first one. Alright, and we're going west. Looking for 6th Street. So that's 10th. I like the music. I wonder if we can turn at 45. Wait, let's do 30. 30 on a turn. Just get ready to click. There you go. So it was attempted assault on an officer and a threat. There are charges for that. Coming up on the left, there we go. And we're here at what time? Yeah, keep track of the times. What's the time? 14:51. Damn, 2:51, and it only took like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, not even that. Like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Good Lord. He has a wild look in his eye. Yeah, I'm sure. So we're taking him to jail, right? So put the gun in the locker. You don't want to enter a jail with your weapon. The locker door. You open the locker. You put your gun in the locker, lock the door, and take the key. Come on this way. Gun locker key. Alright. You already searched him, and you didn't enjoy it much the first time. I hear a nightstick is a cop's best friend. Ah, tell it to your mother. Ah, tell it to your mother, that's probably what he said. I bet you like the strip search best of all. Just get on with it unless you want a puddle. Okay. So we're in booking. The booking room is clean and sparsely furnished. That door leads to the transfer holding cell. Once you walk through that door, you're officially a prisoner of Lytton County until a judge decides otherwise. Behind the protective glass is Officer Smith, the booking officer. You idly wonder if this guy will even make it through one night in the jail, or whether they'll ship him right out to the mental institute. You pass a prisoner's personal items and through the drop drawer. The booking room is clean and sparsely furnished. Well, a payphone provides a means for outside calls. A counter and storage cabinets line one wall of the booking room. There's a towel dispenser for cleanups. It's not uncommon for prisoners to leave bodily fluids of one kind or another on the floor. The gas chromatograph. This machine measures the blood alcohol content of breath samples. There's no reason to test this guy. His problems run deeper than alcohol. You don't need any paper towels at the moment. You don't need to use the payphone. There's nothing except cleaning supplies and paper in the cabinets, none of which you need. The booking officer can't help you unless you give him something to work with. So, alright, let me write this down, because I'm not going to remember it. 789-612. 789-612. And that's Forbes. And that's a real name. I think that's one of the designers or something. So, put that in there. You put the suspect's license into the drawer. You got a point for that, 50. And you put the knife in as well. You put the suspect's knife into the drawer. You mean to tell me you fished that out of this guy's shorts? You got some guts, Bond. Oh shit. Alright, everything else is good. You know, what do you wish to put in the drop? Let's get this prisoner booked, Bonds. Finish up and hand him over, Bonds. Let's see what else he says. That's it? I thought he said other stuff. I'm about ready for a break, Bonds. Let's hurry up and get this guy behind bars so I can eat my sandwich. Yeah, I thought that's what he said. Alright, so we're going to click on the door to get him sent through. So what we need to do is look up the charges. So what are we booking this fine upstanding citizen on anyway? You just move the mouse up here so that it pauses the game. So this guy tried to assault Bonds. Let's see. What are the penal code charges we have for the game anyway, if you look at the manual. Alright. So we got vehicle code. We'll start with that. There's not a whole lot. There's stolen vehicle, driver's license not in possession, driving with a suspended license, hit and run, failure to stop for a stop sign, failure to stop for a red light, driving too slow in the fast lane, following too close, exceeding the maximum speed limit, reckless driving, driving under the influence of intoxicants, evading arrest, not in full control of faculties. I wouldn't say he was evading arrest. He wasn't doing what he was told, but we're at, what, 52? I've already saved it. Let's try evading arrest, 28002. I don't think it's going to work, though. It's a vehicle code, too. Quit lying around, Bonds. Give me a real code. Yeah. Not in full control of faculties. 05150. That gave us 53. So it gave us 1 point. I thought you could do numerous ones. You can on the remake of the first one. So for this guy, we've got penal code, resisting arrest, murder, attempted murder, kidnapping, armed robbery, assault and battery on a police officer, burglary, possession of a controlled substance, possession of cocaine, which is a controlled substance. That's kind of weird how they did that back then. Possession of a concealed weapon. That would definitely be that guy's charge, the concealed weapon. But let's try the assault and battery on a police officer. 245. I don't even think that'll work. It's only a 3-digit number. Yeah, that's not going to work. So we'll do that one. We got 1 point for that other one, so let's do the possession of a concealed weapon. 12025. 1 point. So it doesn't matter. You can do not in full control of faculties or possession of a concealed weapon, which I would stick with the possession of a concealed weapon. 12025. That's a penal code. He wasn't driving a vehicle. The other one that I read, not in full control of faculties, that's a vehicle code, and he wasn't in a vehicle, so maybe just stick with this one. As far as the list for the game goes, you know. And there he goes. I'm returning your cuffs here through the drop box. Don't forget them. Say, Bonds, Officer Morales is requesting a supervisor for a refusal to sign. She's waiting out on the freeway near the 7th Avenue on-ramp. Well, thank you. I said, I just got a message that you're to an assistant officer on the freeway, Bonds, ASAP. You take your handcuffs. Only prisoners are allowed through that door. Alright, so we're going to go assist Officer Morales since she needs an assist. Or it is locked. She's asking for a supervisor anyway. You unlock the locker. Your gun is in that locker. You take your gun. A locker door. Yeah. You close the locker. And there's the key. So, we don't have the key anywhere? Okay, good. So let's go back. And see, we got our first prisoner, so let's save it. Let's go assist Morales, see what she needs. Now it's 357. Now we're on Rose. We can just find a way onto the 5th. We ought to go a little bit faster. 4th. We need to go back. We need to go back the other way. Peach. That's where that guy lived. The one we just arrested. If it says an entrance ramp, then we're good. It'll say it in like a green highway looking sign. 6th. 7th. Oops, I probably should have gone left, huh? That's okay. So 40 seems to be a safe speed to turn. It's not doing the screeching. And we just passed Lytton Court. You will be going there later. Let's go straight and see if it... Actually, let's take a right. East, next right. East 41. There we go. Now we're on. Up ahead, you see a black and white pulled off the freeway along with the detained vehicle. You slow down and pull to the side. Note the time, 16:14. The plate reads 83756, 16:14. We got 83756. Okay. There's one woman in the car. She looks upset but not dangerous. The passenger car door. Your car is parked where you left it. Highway 41 runs all the way through Lytton. Guardrails protect out-of-control vehicles from plunging off the road. The Officer Morales' black eyes challenge you. She impresses you as being both arrogant and stubborn. That must be Officer Morales' patrol car. The shoulder of the road is for emergency stops only. Okay, so you don't want to walk alongside the highway because people suck and they don't know how to drive. And they're not paying attention most of the time. So talk to Officer Morales first. I don't think the officer would appreciate you touching her. Yeah. Let's save it since we're here. Okay, boss man, you handle it. Why is the violator refusing to sign the ticket? Who knows? Geez, first I get this stupid cow, now I have to deal with you too. This policy about calling a supervisor for failure to sign sucks. Look, I don't need you. I'm taking her downtown. No, you're not. You're going to stand right here until I have a chance to talk to the violator. Officer is waiting. Okay. Oh. No, that's... There we go. Looking at the young lady, you see that she's pregnant and nearly full term. You introduce yourself to the woman and say, your signature on the citation is not an admission of guilt, ma'am, only your promise to appear. And that's what police tell you when you get pulled over and you're about to be issued a citation, which is a ticket. People don't listen. But if you ever get stopped and they say that your signature on the citation is not an admission of guilt, you're not admitting to whatever it is you did wrong, whatever it was that you were stopped for that the officer alleged. So if they say you were stopped for running a red light, you signing a ticket doesn't mean that you're admitting to that. You're just signing, acknowledging that you received the ticket, you're being cooperative, and you're saying that I promise to take care of it. I promise to appear in court and take care of it, or pay it, or appeal it, or whatever. As long as you take care of it some way, because if you don't, guess what happens? You get a warrant out for your arrest because you didn't take care of what they told you to take care of. I don't care. You think I'm afraid to sign a stupid ticket? If it was a check for $10,000, I wouldn't sign it for that witch over there. I can't believe the LPD would allow someone like her to patrol our streets. What a waste of our tax money. She's rude, abusive, and insulting. I refuse to sign a ticket for anybody who calls me fat girl. Would you please reconsider and sign the citation? Hell no, take me to jail. What should I do with this lady, you think? The woman only winces as though the emotion of the situation is causing her physical stress. So, I mean, you really think taking her to jail is going to help her? Because she won't sign. Because if you don't sign a ticket, or if you refuse to sign the ticket, you can go to jail. If the officer believes that you're not going to take care of the citation, you could go to jail for it, for any kind of traffic violation. So, would you take a pregnant lady to jail because she's refusing to sign because she's alleging that the officer is being rude? Probably not, right? We'll just let her go, let her calm down. That's not going to be good for her or her baby or health. So, remember, this isn't Morales' first rodeo. We've already done some research on her. All right, Morales, the violator said that you were abusive and rude. Why don't I have a hard time believing that? Look, Sarge, it's obvious the lady's hysterical. She'd pop off if you looked at her funny. She's being belligerent and hostile. She's been belligerent and hostile ever since I stopped her. She's begging for a night in jail. So what are you gonna do, boss man? Incarcerate. Take her to jail, Pat. Signature. I'll witness her failure to sign. Signature. Wisely and correctly, you write refusal to sign in the signature box. Jeez, where'd you get your training? Charm school? Just let her walk all over you. Why don't you? You've already taken care of this situation. You had better get back on patrol. So, I don't know. I get the right-hand approach for a stop, but talk to him. I would talk to him right here. Why go in front of them when they could pin you in between that car or run them over? On top of that, why is Morales stopped in front of her? That's dangerous for a cop. And I would not walk in front of their vehicle either. That's just going to get you killed if they decide to run you over. So I don't get that. Maybe it's a California thing. I don't know. But I have seen officers where they'll talk to them over here because why stand next to the damn highway? So, I don't know. Who knows? Let's get in. Let's run her real quick. And her plate. What was the number? 83756. You guys watching the video, you could just pause it or rewind it and pause it. So that's the license plate. Registration expires 3/6/92. License number 83756. Vehicle ID 09823. That's the VIN, I guess. Make Ford. Year model 86. Janice Wilkes, 420 4th Street, Lytton, USA. 09823. And all you're doing is just double checking, make sure everything matches, the numbers match, it's not stolen, that kind of thing. Probably not for her. Same thing. So, good to go there. That's about it. So let's save it. Did a good job. Did a good job. And I guess we could get off the highway and patrol around, couldn't we? Where are we going? Straight? Yeah, we're going east. Meanwhile, at the Oak Tree Mall, Sonny's wife, Marie, is just getting off work. Huh, okay. Let me restore it. We're going to miss out on something. So we need to stay on the highway. If you get off the highway, you're going to lose points. So stay on the highway and do your patrol. It's traffic, and traffic enforces highway mainly. Patrol, I mean, traffic could do the other streets too, but I'm telling you, you'll lose points, it looks like. And freeway. Since you've reached the end of your jurisdiction, you turn around and head the other direction. So now we're going to go back down southwest. And just keep an eye on the road. Up ahead you see a slow car impeding traffic in the fast lane. Look at all those cars. Oh, there he is. It's a lowrider, black Ford, license plate 22776. And remember, mark down the time. The driver of the vehicle sees your lights and finally begins to pull over. 1718. So it's 518. Plate reads 22776. It's a lowered 58 Ford Fairlane. Nice flame job. Remember, don't walk up here. Do a right-hand approach. Sir, I pulled you over because you were driving too slow in the fast lane and traffic was backing up behind you. You finished by requesting the driver's license and his driver's license and registration. What you talking about, man? You guys always just want to hassle me. Say you can check out my ride. I have a brand new Smoglia device. Just don't lean on my new paint job. Smoglia or Smog. It's probably Smoglia. It's weird. After checking the registration, you hand it back to him and he says, "You pics are all the same, man. This is Juan Reese license number 434301. Write that down. 434301. Why you go around for some reason. It's so weird though, because he wants sorry about that. I thought I saved it. 70. Let's do 65. I thought I saved it earlier than that. I guess not, huh? 17, 18, is that the same time? It is. Sorry about that, guys. Let's save it real quick. If you give the license back to him, you're just pretty much warning him. I'm going to issue a citation for impeding traffic. I cannot believe this, man. I was just trying to keep from getting bugs all over my new flame job, man. Then drive on the right side where it's slower. Let's see. I'm gonna look up what he said real quick. Bear with me. Yeah, it's a smog device. Alright. He doesn't look too pleased. Better get on with it. Alright. Okay. Activates the computer. So actually, let's run his ID first. What is it? License 434301. So they're running it through TCIC and NCIC, which is national. (431-301) Class C, Juan Jose Reese, 1115 Lily Street, Lytton, USA. Sex male, hair black, eyes brown, height 6'1", weight 280, date of birth 8/1/66. Identified, okay. Plate ID. That was 22776. Registration expires 6/1/92. License number 22776. Vehicle ID 88996. Make Ford, year model 59. Juan Jose Reese, 1115 Lily Street, Lytton, USA. 88996. So let's check that. That's the VIN, I believe. And I'm writing it down. Same thing in all matches. Alright. Now we're going to do Form 900. Notice to appear. Name, Juan Jose Reese, Street, 1115 Lily Street, City, Lytton, USA, DL 434301, sex male, eyes brown, hair black, weight 280, height 6'1", date of birth 8/1/66, and the time was 17:18, correct? Okay, enter vehicle code. License 22776, registration expires 6/1/92, year 1959, make 1959. So his vehicle code would be the violation. You look in the vehicle code, and it would be driving too slow in the fast lane. 21654. So 21654. It's a traffic citation. You pull the ticket and the license out of the computer. It's pretty cool. He just puts the license inside, and then it populates everything on the ticket. A ticket. All right. Do another right-hand approach. And make sure you get the ticket, not just the license. After handing the ticket and his license to Mr. Reese, he says, "Aye, man, you pigs make me want to puke, man. I'll see you in the People's Court, man. Judge Wapner will take care of you, SA. And you have a nice day, sir. Be safe. Don't drive too slow." And that's how you do it. Go back to Go back to 60, and we'll save it. And we're just driving along, driving along, driving along. Not seeing much going on, right? Same thing, we're turning around because we're at the end of the jurisdiction. Going northeast. And this is the first day. Oh, wow, this guy's going really fast. He's going 85. It's a white Mercedes convertible, license plate number 34567. It's kind of easy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I tried doing the eye, but it keeps doing the hand, so you can just click it and it looks like you're good to go. So he's going 85 because he's not. We're pacing him, right? So I'll write that down. I don't think we'll need it, but just in case. Alright, let's go ahead and pull him over. Yes, thank you. Switch to the hand, I guess. The driver of the vehicle sees your lights and finally begins to pull over. Remember, mark the time down, top left, 1801. Okay, so 1801. And he's speeding, right? So it's going to be exceeding the maximum speed limit. I don't know what the speed limit is on Highway 41, but apparently he's going too fast because I don't imagine it's going to be 85. Plate reads 34567. The convertible has only one occupant. There's nothing unusual looking about him. Good Lord, where'd you come from? You must have fell up from out of the sky, man, because I never saw you. Sir, I'll need to see your driver's license and vehicle registration, please. Do you know why I stopped you? I know, I was speeding. I had to do it, man. See, I'm on my way to see this beautifully constructed... Damn it! I lost what it said. Woman. He's talking about a woman. So you can go back and read it. Try to picture it, officer. She's got these legs. Have mercy. They go all the way up. Can I help it if I'm a sucker for beauty? See, it was taking way too long to get to her house. Another 10 minutes and I wouldn't have been able to drive at all. You know what I mean? Don't you, officer? I'm sure you wouldn't want a man in my condition driving around causing accidents, now would you? I was just trying to get off the road, that is. Yeah, nice. You get his license? Okay, good. This is Orpheus license number 522341. 522341. All right. Mr. Hanley, if you promise to slow it down, I'll give you a warning. I didn't really mean for him to do that, but okay. Speed up a little bit. Sorry about that. I need to remember to save it right before this when I do the stop. At least I can go back and read what he said. I didn't know talking to him continuing talking to him was going to offer him a warning. I thought if you gave the license back, if you click the license on him, it's offering to give it back like you're giving him a warning. But okay, so watch out for that. That's why you should just save it right before you begin the stop. Like right when you get out of the car, just save it. And remember to notate the time because you need it for the tickets. And there he goes. Okay. 90, 85. That's the correct speed. All right, let me save this. So we're not going to wait on that again. Beautifully constructed female and a real Nubian queen. Know what I mean? Okay. Alright, so don't talk to him after that. Five, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Driver's ID 522341. That's his driver's license number, driver's license, VIN number, and then the license plate number. Number 522341, Class C, Orpheus Hanley, 201 Fig Street, Lytton, USA. Sex male, hair black, eyes brown, height 5'11", weight 140, date of birth 2667. The plate is 34567. Searching. Registration expires 8/31/92. License number 34567. Vehicle ID 77668. Make Mercedes. Year model 90. Orpheus Hanley, 201 Fig Street, Lytton, USA. So it matches. Let's do 77668. Alright, we'll match that, 77668. That's the VIN, should match. I don't know that you get any points for this stuff, but that's the way you should do it though. You know, make sure everything matches up. It should give you points for that. Okay, so it's all matched. And we'll do the ticket. Notice who appears, got his name, his address, his DL number, male, brown over black, 140, 5'11", 2667, Orpheus Hanley, 201 Fig Street, Lytton, USA. License 34567, registered. Registration expires 8/31/92. Year 90, make 90, and the time was 1801. Yeah, 1801. Vehicle code is speeding, so that's going to be exceeding the maximum speed limit, probably. You could do reckless driving, but he wasn't really being reckless. It was more just speeding. So exceeding the maximum speed limit, that would be 22349. 22349. Traffic citation. You pull the ticket and the license out of the computer. A ticket. There we go. I'm sorry, Mr. Hanley, I sympathize with you, but you're going to have to be more responsible when you're operating a moving vehicle. Gotta give me a ticket, huh? Well, that's what I get for being a hero. You're just doing your job. Am I okay to go now? You're all set. Slow it down and have a good evening. Oh, I will. And we're turning around. Let's save it. So far so good. And it goes. Wow, this guy's going really fast. All right, let's save it here. You decide not to pull over the vehicle. I didn't decide that at all. Why? Why? Why would you... It's a black Dodge with exempt plate of 12896. 12896. It's an exempt plate. I guess we can access this. I'm surprised. So let's put in the plate number. 12896. Registration exempt, license number 12896, vehicle ID 99947, make Dodge, year model 89, County of Jackson, Sheriff Department, 100 Quail Drive, Gibbon, USA. So it's a sheriff's sheriff's deputy maybe. Might be in pursuit of something, right? But it's exempt, so you can pull him over if you want to. But he probably is chasing somebody or trying to get somewhere. It might be an emergency. 99947 is the VIN. .99947. So let's try that. 99947. I would not advise anybody to be using a computer like this and driving at the same time, but I guess some people could multitask, right? So it matches. Yeah. We're going 85. Sorry. We're at 71 at 460. So if we stop him, I just saved it, right? I'm curious, will he... You're not in the proper position to pull the car over. Okay. I mean, he doesn't have an emergency light on or anything, right? Oh, he's not pulling over. There's like no more road. It's like glitched out. That's funny. I've never seen it do this before. I've had the guy pull over before. That's bizarre. Restore. So if the vehicle sees your license, finally begins to pull over. Alright, let's see what he does. 1843. There's a large man getting out of the car to meet you. The man has something in his hand that you cannot identify. You can hear the man yell to you, "Police officer, I was tailing a drug runner. I couldn't ID myself on the road. Damn, maybe I can still catch up. Are we kosher here? Go get him. Sorry if I screwed you up. Hell, I was speeding. You didn't know me from Adam. I'm out of here. So we're at 71 on the score. But, you know, it's like... There he goes. It's kind of weird because it's like, you know... Where are we at? We're at 71 still. Yeah. We've already checked him. It's kind of weird. It's like you don't get any points for letting him go. Up ahead you see a car weaving. It's a light blue Ford Escort, license plate number 01923. 01923. Alright. Oh, 1923. Registration expires 7/15/92. License number 01923. Vehicle ID 69444. Make Ford. Year model 86. Joseph Haas. 526 10th Street, Lytton, USA. 69444. That's his VIN. 69444. And it's Joseph Haas. Seems to match. So let's go ahead and pull him over. Going 55, but he's weaving. Drive the vehicle. Seize your lights and violently begins to pull over. Let's mark the time down. 1843. Alright. The plate reads 01923. 01923. That's where I put the suspect's car. I recognize this kind of car. I think I've seen these around still. Sir, you seem to be driving a bit erratically. I need to see your driver's license. As he fumbles through his wallet getting his license, you think to yourself, it's obvious by looking this man is inebriated. Have you been drinking, sir? Just a couple. Shay, hiccup. Ossifer, what do you say we polish off a bottle of bourbon together? You think to yourself, if I continue inhaling the pollution this man is exhaling, my lungs will be worse off than the ozone layer. Would you please step out of the car, sir, and perform a field sobriety test? What hick ever you say, officer? Ossifer. Sir, I want you to follow my finger with your eyes from side to side without moving your head. Okay, he says. He's not really looking at your finger. Right there. His eyes are jerking. And his left eye isn't really looking at the finger. His right eye isn't really looking at it as well either. But his eyes are jerking left and right. Holy smokes, you think to yourself, this poor guy is plowed. Obviously this man is too drunk to be driving. Yuck. Yuck. You're one sick puppy, Bonds. He looks to be having a little trouble walking. Sir, based on the test I've given you and the puke all over my shoes, it is obvious that you are intoxicated and in no condition to drive. I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Don't bother, he's too incoherent. Please place your hands on the hood of the car. So, don't have anything in there, but let's get him handcuffed. Sir, I have to take you into custody for driving under the influence. Please step over to the patrol car. Nothing we can do with the car, I guess. We would tow it. You can't just leave it there. I think you're supposed to tow it, right? Like on the other games. The driver says this isn't necessary, officer. I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. That's funny. It's your buddy, but Mr. Butt, I only have one beer. Alright. We don't have his license, which kind of sucks. I wish I could run his name. But that's okay, we'll take him to jail. Where are we headed? Northeast. Okay, so we need to take the next right. Definitely a busy day for Bonds. Peach Avenue, next right. There we go. Where are we headed? 7th. I think we're going south. Yep, southbound on 7th. Is this Rose? Yep, we need Rose. That's where the police department is. And then 6th. I think it's right. We'll go with right. Yep. How about that? And it's 1849, so that's almost 6:50 p.m. This is not the appropriate place to search a suspect. Well, whatever you say. Open the locker. Okay, we put that in there. Come on, this way. It's like following the wall. You'll be glad when this prisoner is through booking and in a cell where he can sleep it off. How dry I am, how wet I'll be if I don't find a place to pee. Alright, so let's save it. We're gonna book him for driving under the influence of intoxicants. It's 23152. Alright. But let's go ahead and do a breathalyzer on him. Let's get this prisoner booked, Bonds. You removed your cuffs from the drunk. You've already removed his cuffs. Tell him to put his stuff in. Sir, please step over here and empty your pockets into this drawer. Whatever stuff he had, his wallet. Don't have anything to put in the drop. Wallet, keys, money. Cell phone. Just kidding, they didn't have those yet. I mean, they did, but it wasn't anything like what we have now. Let's have him do the breathalyzer. Step over here, sir. Now. Turn it on. Can't look at it. You turn on the gas chromatograph. Now, the proper procedure for this, I think it's in here, isn't it? Let's see. No? No, I don't see it. Felony situations. Breathalyzer. The breathalyzer is used to measure blood alcohol content. That's all it says. As far as... yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, okay. I wish I would have known this. Patrol the freeway at 55 miles per hour and pay attention to the flow of traffic. Extreme caution must be used while operating Code 3, red light and siren. Negligence can result in liability against the officer. Use the radio sparingly. Notice to appear. Ticket writing. To successfully obtain and deliver a notice to appear, you will need to have the violator's driver's license, enter violation code into car computer, give the ticket to the violator, obtain signature, and return the driver's license. Refusal to sign, supervisor's responsibility, booking prisoner. And that's pretty much it. We just have them below the graph. I want you to blow as hard as you can into this tube. 0.15, so that's over. This is 0.08, I believe, for everywhere. I don't know. Don't know that for sure. According to this, your blood alcohol level is 0.15. That is well over the legal limit. I'll have to book you. One test is enough. Right. So what are we booking this fine upstanding citizen on anyway? So we're going to... Yeah, because it's 0.08 is the number. That and up. 0.08 and up would be you getting a charge for DUI or DWI, depending on where you live. Driving under the influence of intoxicants, that's 23152. So we're going to 2, 3, 1, 2. And away he goes. So he definitely had a few drinks. Thanks, Sonny. Hope the rest of your patrol is less exciting. Meanwhile, at the Oak Tree Mall, Sonny's wife Marie is just getting off work. It's 1811. Sonny Bonds, please call dispatch at once. Go catch some criminals, Bonds. I'm getting lonely in here. You on duty, Bonds? I got plenty of free cells to be filled up. You gonna go get me some bodies to lock up or what? Nothing else? Okay. So let's go call dispatch. You can even go up to the level 3 and talk to Mike. And he can tell you, but let's go to 2. Now it's nighttime, that's cool. Anything? It's empty, okay. Well, let's just use the phone then. Respond to an assault at the 300 block of East Rose, the Oak Tree Mall. That's where my wife works. I don't like that. Not one bit. Alright, so... I mean, if I was married, if I was Sonny and I was married and I knew my wife worked there, yeah, I'd be like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? You know, who's the victim? So, I'm going to put this stuff back in. You lose this. I just know ahead of time. You actually lose this if you don't put it back in the locker. On the other hand, it wouldn't matter because it's not like a glitch or anything. You just lose it, but you'll see why. This I'll keep, and the notes I'll keep. But this disappears after day 1, and this is day 1. And you'll see why. But I'm going to put it in here, because if you don't do this, you'll lose it. If you put it in the locker, and you'll keep it. So, put it in there. We honestly... We'll take the notebook with us. Let's get to that assault. We don't need the PR-24. Just a heads up. You don't need it anymore after that one guy. But in real life, yeah, I'd be like running to my car if that were me. So it's 6:17 p.m. I think it should be around here. It's an assault, and he's freaking out. So that's what I would be doing. I don't know if I'd use my siren. I'd definitely be driving fast. Oak Tree Mall on the right. Let's get in there. Hopefully, it's not my wife, right? That's what I'd be thinking. The first thing that strikes you is that the car belongs to Marie. Then you see the paramedics working over a body. Panic begins to overwhelm you as you race to the ambulance. Oh no, you think, this just can't be. Not Marie. Save it. What's wrong with her? Multiple stab wounds, damage unclear. It doesn't look good. We have to get her to the hospital stat. You see something clutched in Marie's hand. You try waking her, but she doesn't respond. We're ready if you're going. You better climb in, officer. You have to do these things fast or you lose the opportunity. Damn it. I wish they would do that to you. Remove what appears to be a chain from Marie's hand. Looking at the broken chain, you think Marie must have pulled this from the attacker's neck, and you ponder the thought, I just wonder if something else was on this chain. Broken chain. I don't know if you can notate that. No, I guess not. Damage unclear. We're ready if you're going. Better climb in, officer. Okay. Jump in the ambulance and respond code 3 to the hospital. Marie is rushed to Lytton General Emergency where doctors begin the race to save her life. They work through the night, fighting to stabilize Marie's condition. Sonny spends hours of agony in the waiting room. Although they manage to save her life, Marie remains in a coma. Can you imagine that? Just being scared about your spouse living or dying. When he's finally allowed to see her, Sonny holds her hand until the pre-dawn hours, hoping and searching for some sign that she'll come back to him. That'd be horrible. It was 04 o'clock in the morning, good lord. Almost 12 hours later. Officer Bonds, I'm Dr. Wagner, the resident neurosurgeon. He talks a mile a minute. I'm sorry to say that your wife's condition is still quite serious. She's suffering from internal injuries sustained from the multiple stab wounds. How long she will remain in a coma is anyone's guess. In my experience, the presence of a loved one urging the patient back from that void is an incalculable asset. We're doing all we can for her physically, but you might be the only one who can reach her now. Sergeant Bonds, you look beat. You really should go home and try to get some rest. There's nothing to be done for your wife right now. We can all feel good about the fact that Marie is alive. The cabinet contains General Hospital issue plastics and a few personal items belonging to your wife. The chair is provided for the patient's visitors. The curtains are there to provide privacy for Marie during examinations and medical procedures. That's where the doctor hangs the patient's chart. The cabinet contains General Hospital issue plastics. Okay. The window overlooks the hospital parking lot. The linoleum is shiny and clean. The walls in here are depressingly bare. The EKG monitor registers your wife's vital signs. Its steady beep in response to her pulse gives you some small comfort. You're too upset by the sight of Marie to even think about sitting down. There's no reason to draw the curtains right now. The room temperature is monitored carefully by the staff. You don't need to open the window. There's nothing in the cabinets that would be of use to you. Leave the monitor alone. It will alert the staff if Marie goes into distress. Marie lies motionless on the hospital bed. Hospital bed does not need adjustment. Your beloved wife lies motionless in a coma. You wish there was some way to know what she's thinking, if she's thinking. 015, remember that. The digital readout indicates Marie's IV dosage. It's a call button. The light casts a clinical glare over Marie's face. There's no reason to turn off the light. You can't change the medication by yourself. Marie, please come back, baby. I can't go on without you. You fight to pull yourself together. Alright, I've got to go now, babe. You need your rest. It's been a rough night. You talk gently to your wife, hoping that some part of her hears you. That hair, man, that's the 90s there. Late 80s, going into the 90s. I remember women having that hair. Vaguely remember that. My mom had hair similar to that too, back then. Just the style, you know? Takes you back. Marie's resting gently. You do not want to disturb her. You do not disturb her. Sorry. Okay. So, what was it? 015? Okay. Alright, so let's save it here. I'll get the bastard who did this, babe. I swear it. As a fellow officer drives you back to your car at the mall, you fight to focus your rage, grief, and sense of violation into something you can live with. What you end up is with a burning desire to find and crucify this line that hurts your wife. Somebody out there picked the wrong man to mess with. So we're back at the crime scene. Looks like another one bit the dust, eh? I understand you were here before they removed the victim. Did you catch any dying words? Notice any signs of sexual assault? Anything at all? Listen, you little blood-sucking piece of filth. The victim was my wife. You guys are all the same. Now get out of here before I forget that I'm wearing this badge. I'll give your paper some details, alright? All about how I rearranged your face. Oh, geez. Look, officer, I'm terribly sorry. I'm just trying to get the facts. I thought you cops liked that kind of loose talk. Helps keep things from getting too serious, know what I mean? Here's my card. If there's anything I can ever help you with, officer, give me a ring, huh? Again, sorry about your wife. You feel a moment of remorse for your outburst and almost say thanks, but unfortunately the moment passes. Oh, it looks like one of those ambulance-chasing reporters. The reporter's business card, his phone number is 555-0707. One of the uniformed officers is busy searching the scene of the crime. It's a Lytton PD patrol car. The officer is intent on his search and ignores you. You try to search the area, but it's just too dark to see anything. Perhaps you should come back when it's light. Marie's Trans Am still sits in the poorly lit parking lot of the mall. You scan the car for clues, but find nothing. Your batteries appear to be dead. Let's get new batteries in. You put the batteries in the flashlight. How about that? A regulation flashlight. And you turn your flashlight on and begin a search of the scene. Look at that. Now we can see. Some of the mall stores are undergoing renovation. Sidewalks connect the storefronts, the parking lot, blacktop. It's a very large street lamp. That's the shop of Zach, the keymaker. That's the Army recruiter's office. So if we try going this way, better stay clear of this area, Sonny. We're sweeping for evidence. Okay. Okay. So I'll just check this little corner right here then. Search the area. Oh, look at that. You catch the glint of an object lying just beneath Marie's car. You turn your flashlight off. You notate it. Nothing. Okay. You pick up what appears to be a medallion. Upon closer inspection, you recognize it to be a Bronze Star war medal. Let's look around some more. Nothing else. Okay. On the back of the Bronze Star is a number, 09987. I bet you these two go together, right? Bronze Star is a medal for sure. It's awarded for bravery. So that's pretty much it. You can just go and head home. It's a Linden PD patrol car. Yeah, it's mine. Physically and emotionally exhausted, you decide to go home and get some rest. Go 500. It's a nice house, man. And he wakes up at 12 o'clock. He gets a call at 12. Even half asleep, you recognize Captain Tate's stern voice. Bonds, rise and shine, pal. I need you back in homicide today. We've got work to do. Report in plain clothes. Sleepily, you reply. I'll be there before 1400 hours, Captain. You hate waking up without Marie next to you. He takes a shower and everything. Or washes his face, probably. It's a nice big bedroom. You go through the motions of getting ready for work. It's your bed. It looks empty without Marie. Marie was so excited about buying this house. She loved decorating this room and handpicking each accessory. Marie used to curl up in that chair for hours. This was her favorite little reading area. It's a nightstand. You glance at the phone and hope that nobody bothers you at home for once. There's no one you need to call. You don't have time to sit down and read. You're late for work. Anything you could do with the bed wouldn't be any fun without Marie. The nightstand doesn't interest you. The temperature in the room is fine. You decide not to open the window. Outside, the lit suburbs look peaceful. Let's save it real quick. The closet contains Marie's clothes and other personal items. On the shelf, there's several of her favorite mementos, including a music box. The music box plays Marie's favorite song. She liked to listen to it while you were on duty because it reminded her of you. God. It's like tugs at your heartstrings, you know. You know she's hurting. And you're hurting inside, you know. Marie's hospital gown is all she needs right now. Music box. So, yeah, grab the music box, take it with you. That's pretty much it. I'm purposely waiting for the phone to ring. Captain kind of tells you, hey, you coming? I like that room, though. It's cool. Definitely has a 90s look to it with the blue and the pinks. That was just a peach and pink. I don't know. It was just a 90s thing that you saw. Or it would be like a really dark green carpet or a blue carpet. A slightly irritated Captain Tate says, "Come on, Bonds, time to roll out. Got to go catch the bad guys, remember? Get it in gear. I'm leaving now." So we didn't lose any points, it doesn't look like. 120. So you'd be there by 2, so that's good. So now we're using the marked car. Open the trunk up. So it's the same stuff. Yeah. There are no flares in the flare box. Well, we can fix that. Put the flares in. You have a full flare box. There we go. Okay, so let's head out of here. Let's go upstairs. We need to save it. Now we're on day 2. So we've just arrived. We just arrived from work, sorry. And I'll go ahead and stop the video here. Go put the flashlight away. We don't need it anymore in the game. Just so you know, you don't need the PR-24 nightstick or the flashlight anymore. So you're good to go on putting those away. If you take them with you, then you'll lose them on the next day. So just leave them in the locker, you know. I mean, it's up to you. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter. You're not going to need them anyway, but yeah. So let's go ahead. Go up to the 2nd level. I don't even know. I think that they would put him on leave. You know, I mean, that's your wife. Like, how in God's name would you be able to work like that? I don't know. Okay, so I mean, seriously, like, how would you be able to work and concentrate? You couldn't. You need to be on leave with family, your parents, her parents. Any brothers and sisters, close friends, something. There's no way that they're going to make you come to work the next day. Like, get the hell out of here. It's a game, though. It's just a game. So this is the end of day 1. We're on day 2 now, so I'm going to stop the video here, and I'll start the next video when it's time. You guys keep an eye out for the next videos. There will be 6 videos because there are 6 days. So how about that? There's a lot. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a like if you liked it. If it's helping you, give it a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, if it's not helping, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more videos, and if you want to see the other ones coming, then go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified, okay? If you have any questions, if you see something I missed on the score, maybe some procedure or something I just missed, and I'm missing score because it's at 115 to 460. Let me know. Post in the comments below. If you have questions, post in the comments below. All right? So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.